Tacos, nachos, hamburgers, let's eat. Pasta with prosciutto, snap peas and cream. This is just a sampling of the things you'll cook to eat. Cooking with the Smiths is fun, and hey, guess what? It's free.
Hi everybody, welcome to another edition of Cooking with the Smiths on a Very Merry Unboxing. Tonight we are making ham casserole. This is a really simple recipe, mainly because this is a leftovers recipe, meaning you made a ham one night and now you've got leftovers so you can make a casserole, which is actually going to end up giving you kind of more leftovers, so tomorrow night you can have something else, and then maybe like for lunch the next day or even a meal a day later you can have the rest of your casserole. So I'm going to pause this so that I can turn the camera around and show you what our ingredients are for this ham casserole. Hang on a second. So to make our ham casserole we're going to need celery, an onion. I happen to have a red onion handy. Half of it is going to be more than plenty. Some bell peppers. We like the tiny bell peppers, but you could use one large bell pepper if you wanted. Some macaroni noodles, which are actually, I'm going to tell you right now since you're looking at it, only going to use like, you know, 3/4 of the bag and leave some left over. You need some shredded cheese, some pimentos, and of course your ham. You're going to put it all into a baking dish. I believe that is everything. Oh no, I'm wrong. You're gonna need just a dash of milk. My mom says if you add a dash of milk to these ingredients, it makes it a little more creamy. So there's our ingredients. Let me turn the camera back around. So we're back turned around so that you can see how we actually prepare this. So of course you're gonna boil your noodles just to the directions. It always gives you al dente, firm, or tender. I'm gonna go with tender this time just because it's a casserole and you want your noodles to kind of combine with stuff. This isn't one of those casseroles where there's going to be extra liquid in there that's going to absorb into your noodles. So I just cook them all the way to tender. Other ones I'll do it firm if I know there's extra liquids that's going to be combined when we actually put it in the oven or the microwave. So cook your noodles. And then what you need to do is start dicing. You're going to want to dice up all of your veggies and your ham into little cubes. Let me go ahead and start with, we'll start with the celery because all of this is already washed, but celery is easy. So celery you actually might not need to actually do into cubes. I think my mama always just leaves it in the little crescent. Now you can see that it's got some of the strings. If you want to pull those strings out ahead of time, which I will probably do when I turn the camera off, you just pull your strings out of your celery and that makes it a little more eatable. You know, you're not trying to chew through string and stuff. So dice those up. You're going to want to dice up your onion, dice up your bell peppers and your ham, and we're going to combine all that while you're cooking your noodles. So start your noodles and then start dicing up. I am going to go ahead and pause until I have everything diced up, and then we'll come back and I'll show you how to combine everything. Really super easy. But remember, you know, your celery you don't necessarily need to be diced, but then your bell peppers, I'll start on one of them because it's already washed. We don't really like these rings that happen when you cut up bell peppers, so of course I'm going to cut those, you know, in half. Just make it a nice tiny, not a bite size, but a tiny little, you know, because you want it to all mix in. You don't need it as diced up, say, as your pimentos, if you can see in there. Those are really tiny little pieces. Well, you don't need it quite that little. But yeah, dice it up. For anybody who doesn't know what a pimento is, you buy these at the grocery store usually. They actually start their life out as a cherry tomato, a sweet pepper. I'm sorry, not a cherry tomato, a cherry pepper, a sweet pepper. And then they go into this kind of, they dice them up and they almost kind of pickle them. There's not vinegar in here, but there's water and a couple other things in here. That you can see how they do this, and then you pick them up, and your bell peppers are going to give you more of the tart taste, and this is going to give you more of the pickled taste, and it all just tastes really good. So let me get to dicing everything up so you can see how it looks before we actually combine it. Then we'll put everything together and show you how to finish it up. Okay, thanks. Hi guys, I'm in the middle of my dicing and I wanted to share something with you. My mom has always told me, and I told you a couple minutes ago to pull the strings out of your celery. My mom's always said, pull the strings out of your celery. Just pull the strings out of your celery and then dice it up. well, I wanted to be lazy and make it go a little quicker, and you can see what's happening. Every single piece that I have has strings stuck in it. So I'm going to show you really quickly my mom's awesome way of getting rid of the strings. So you just kind of take your knife, stick it right at the edge there where you can grab some, and look at that. The strings come right out. It really is not that hard. I don't know why I was trying to be lazy and not do it. Sorry, Mom. Look, I'm taking the strings out because now I've learned. I'm going to tell you guys another secret. This is actually my first time making ham casserole completely by myself, because usually my beautiful mama, she's like, and in fact she was going to do it today. She's like, oh, let's just put all the ingredients together, and that way you can just either put it in the microwave or in the oven, because everything is cooked. You don't, you know, it's not like it's something that you actually have to cook. You just need to rewarm it once it's done. And so she was like, oh, let's just get it done, and then you can just put it in there. And I said, well, you know, we're going to do a cooking video tonight. And she said, oh, so what do you need to know? And I was like, everything. So my mom told me everything, and now I'm doing exactly like she would have done. So I just wanted to share that, and I'm going to continue dicing because I've got my bell peppers done and half of the celery done, even though it took longer, and I still need to do the onions and the ham. So I'm going to pause again, but I wanted to share that with you. Go ahead and save yourself some trouble and take out the strings of your celery. It's going to make it much easier. Hang on. Hi guys, we're back. Okay, so I have everything diced. You can see, whew, it's all diced. Ham as well, diced. And now I'm going to show you how we put it together. I also have my milk. My mom says just like a dash of milk to make it more creamy, so I'm choosing 2 tablespoons of milk. That's just what I chose. You want to make sure that your pimentos are drained because they do come in juice. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your baking dish and just dump all this stuff in there. So I diced up a lot because I like a lot of mix-ins in there. Dump everything into your dish, okay? Pimentos. I'm gonna save the milk for a minute. Put everything in there. I don't have the cheese in there yet. Bring it over here so you can see what it looks like, sort of. So everything in there and combine it. Mix it up really, really good. Now, here is a helpful hint that my mom gave me. She said if you want your veggies to be more crunchy, do them the way that I'm doing them. I like them to be more crunchy. So I am just combining them all here, because once we put everything together, all we're going to do is you have your choice. You can put it in the oven on 350, you know, for maybe like 20-30 minutes, or you can do it faster in the microwave oven, which is what I'm going to do tonight. So that process is going to kind of, you know, make your veggies a little softer anyway. But if you really don't want the crunch of the vegetables, what my mom does sometimes is she will, I'm pulling apart some ham that's still not diced. She will go ahead and put all these veggies into her noodles while she's boiling the noodles. And then the veggies and the noodles cook together. So you've got 2 options there of how you want to do that. And she does it both ways. I love it both ways. I just chose to do it this way tonight. So you're going to mix your veggies in there, and then you're going to go ahead and put your cheese. Cheese is very, that depends on you. We like lots of cheese. So this is one of those 2-cup bags of cheese. And quite honestly, I will probably use the whole entire 2 cups. I'm going to use most of it right here and mix it in with everything else. Make sure it's very well mixed. And Suki gets a little treat there because I dropped some ham on the floor. Once it's really well mixed, my mom said, go ahead and add your dash of milk, which makes it a little more creamy. So I'm going to mix that up just a little bit. Not much, there's not much milk in there. Then you start adding your noodles. And this is how you can tell how much noodles you want, because you can add whatever you want. Now, if you did it the way where you cooked your noodles and your veggies, you might need to have a better idea of how many noodles you actually want in your casserole. So, I have my cooked noodles here. They're drained. They've been sitting for a second, so I'm going to go ahead and kind of do this so that it looks like I'm sprinkling them, because we all know if your noodles sit, then they tend to stick together. So I'm going to sprinkle, sprinkle, sprinkle. And remember, we only used about 3/4 of the package of noodles for this recipe. Luckily, I have two little ones who neither one of them wants to eat this dish. Not luckily, I mean, it would be great if they would eat this dish, but Tanner is a vegetarian, so he's not going for the ham, and Joshua doesn't like the onions and bell peppers, so he's not going for that. So I hope you can see on the camera that it's getting nice and combined and incorporated. I'm gonna put more noodles, because I actually cooked my entire package, is what I was gonna say, is I actually cooked the whole package because I went ahead and gave them butter noodles with their dinner, which they're already eating, because this was gonna take a little bit longer tonight for us to do this cooking video. So they've got butter noodles, and that pretty much evened it out. I might have a little bit left over here. Okay, so it's looking pretty good. Lots of noodles. I like lots of noodles along with my lots and lots of ingredients. So I do that, and then what I like to do, because usually it's all set and Mom says, you know, put it in the oven or the microwave, and then after you're done with that, open it up, put some cheese on the top, and then, you know, heat it the rest of the way. So that's what the rest of my cheese is going to go for tonight, is kind of go onto the top. So like I said, you know, we like cheese. So there is my completed casserole. I'm going to turn it around and show you what it looks like from the top before I put it in the microwave. Tonight I'm using the microwave. Mom says to put it in for about 4 minutes once it's at this point. You know, put some paper towels down in your microwave and put it in for 4 minutes with just a paper towel on the top, just to not get stuff on your microwave. So you do that, 4 minutes, take it out, stir it, see how it's going, and then you might put it in for another 3 or 4 minutes depending on the strength of your microwave. So I'm going to turn it around and show you what it looks like, and then it's going to go in the microwave. Hang on. So there's what it looks like, a closer view for everybody. Everything is mixed in and incorporated really good. There's cheese on the top, and I'm going to pop this baby in for 4 minutes in the microwave and let it get heated. Then I'm going to stir it, and then I'll probably put it back in a little bit longer, and then Mark will take the first bite when it's all done. Stay tuned. Hang on. Guys, okay, so we're 4 minutes in, and I've taken it out to see what it looks like. Things are starting to get melty, but obviously it's going to need a little more cook time. I'm just going to kind of toss it, because we all know microwaves do not cook evenly, and I want it all to be melty before I put it on the table for Mark. So I'm tossing it around a little bit, and I think this is it. Something else that came to mind was, if you have a turntable microwave and you're using a casserole dish like this, make sure that you turn off your turntable, because that's just not going to work, and your poor microwave is going to work harder trying to go because it stops. So make sure you do that. And something else came to my mind that my mama had told me about this while it was cooking, and I forgot. So if I can remember, I'll let you know. But I think I have the most of it for what we need. I will try and remember what it was that came to my mind that my mama had said. So I'm going to put this back in for about 4 more minutes, and then we'll be back. Thanks. Hi everybody. Okay, so I actually put this in for another 5 minutes just to make sure it was all ooey gooey, cheesy yumminess. And now Mark is here to take a taste of our casserole. While he does that, I'm going to tell you what I remembered last time. Last time I forgot what my mom had told me, and I wrote myself a sticky note because I remembered. So use your oven if it's winter, you know, because it doesn't matter if you heat up your house, but if it's summer, like it's getting warmer here, use your microwave. It does the exact same thing. I mean, unless you have time and your air conditioner is awesome, you know, 350 for about the 30 minutes is, I think, what I told you guys before. So that was my note that I needed to remember.
Now the moment of truth. You did a really good job.
Did I do a good job? Does it taste like Mama's?
Very good. Actually, a little more oniony than her mom, but you know what? That's good.
That's typical of me. More
That's
oniony
good, though,
than my mama's.
It gives it a little bit more flavor to it then.
More oniony than Mom's. I put more onions in, apparently, Mom.
It's all right, though. I like it.
Does it taste good, though? Aside from the onions, is it like Mom's?
Mm-hmm. Very good. So, are we eating some of this?
Apparently he doesn't even need a plate tonight. He's just gonna eat straight out of the casserole
Right out of the
dish.
dish.
We're gonna do one of those kitchen sink dinners, I guess. You know, where we just eat over the kitchen sink. Anyway, that's our ham casserole. Hope everybody enjoyed.
Right on.
You know, I hope you make it and enjoy it. This is my mama's recipe, which was probably my grandma's recipe. So I hope everybody loves it because this is one of my favorites ever since I was a kid. This and my mama's chicken noodle soup, which one day I'll have to do that. I'll have to make mom's homemade chicken noodle soup because it's the... So there you go. I hope you guys enjoyed. Bye.
Like us.
Oh, yes, I'm sorry. Like and subscribe. Subscribe. Give us a like. Share with your friends. And
we'll catch you next time.
we'll get you next time. Bye.